Welcome to webinar 59, Total Transformation Secrets. Here's the question for the day. Is your water working hard enough for you? Now, I'm not talking about hard water. I'm talking about hard working water. We want to talk about high octane hydration, or this new phenomenon. I just learned about this terminology called loaded water for optimal health. Now, the term that I used to use, I still use, is functional hydration. So I think this is just another way of saying loaded water is just another way of saying functional hydration, but we're going to dig into that today. So what's the difference between plain water and high octane water or souped up water? So plain water, the science varies, but you need basically somewhere between 9 and 13 cups of water per day, according to the research. Here's the challenge. Getting in those cups, getting 9 to 13 cups of water is not easy when you're just drinking plain water. It can be boring, and that means a lot of people are walking around like potato chips. They're just dehydrated. So the solution, we can upgrade our hydration game, and we can get a lot out of our water. We can make our water work harder with ingredients that we put in. And those ingredients can be add color, they can add flavor, add variety, but also help us on our way to optimal nutrition. So we can have targeted benefits from our water. So there's this trend on TikTok called loaded water. So we're going to talk about what is loaded water, what are the additives, what is the goal of loading up your water. And healthline.com did not disappoint. There's a great article about this loaded water trend. So we're going to dig into some of the research that is highlighted in this article. So what we're going to discover today, the secrets. Secret number 1, why hydration consistency matters more than hydration hacks. Secret number 2, how electrolytes and smart add-ins can support energy. I'm going to add metabolism, brain health, so many things you can, so many benefits from adding different add-ins. Secret number 3, we got to sometimes put the brakes on some of the add-ins that we find on the store shelves or in supplements, particularly how hidden sugars can backfire and how overloading additives can backfire. And then we have a bonus secret, a simple upgrade hydration option, such as lemon water. What happened was Dr. Mercola wrote an article about hot lemon water. So we're going to explore that in the mix as well. Now, I'll just let you know who I am. I'm DrLisa Singletary. I'm a retired board-certified family physician and certified holistic health coach. My specialty is, yes, sustainable weight loss, optimal wellness, and I do have a 5 M's framework, the 5 M's of total transformation: mindset, macronutrients, micronutrients, motion, and measurement. I also have a framework, the 5 steps of complete nutrition, and I'll share that with you a little later. But what I really love is to find research that's relevant to you and simplify the science, and then give you some great action steps from it. Just a little bit about my personal story. Uh, oh, some people don't know what the MPH stands for. The MPH is for Masters in Public Health, a wonderful degree that I got, and that makes uh, me think of my patients, not just the patients one on one when I was practicing in the office, but also as a public health expert, um, taking care of families or as a family physician, as well as communities, populations. And so, uh, getting a whole broad picture of health and wellness. Personally, I did have a pretty dramatic transformation. Um, I personally lost over 150 pounds, and that is why I'm also known as the 100-pound weight loss specialist. And I share these techniques and strategies with you, my audience, and um, help to empower you on your health journey. Now, I did need a miracle at one point in my life, and we don't talk about miracles in health and wellness, but uh, I needed one. But this is also my disclaimer slide, so I'm not promising any miracles. This is not a medical consultation. This is not a second opinion. This is my opinion, sharing my expertise and my experience and the experiences of my clients as well. All right, so let's get to the secrets. So secret number one word, consistency. So plain water is part of the standard. Uh, this says fuel. I think of fuel more as nutrition, but standard needs for your body. But getting to the optimal levels can be a grind. Um, so, like we said, there's various research studies say that the body needs 9 to 13 cups of water. Now, one point when you look at the research, a cup is 8 ounces, right? We know that, but you know, a lot of our cups or glasses now are 12 ounces, 16 ounces. So I just want you to be careful about the amount, the volumes that we're dealing with. But the water can be plain water, can be boring. So what happens? That can decrease your energy, that can decrease your or upset your fluid balance, um, and decrease your metabolism. Just your body needs water. Every um, biochemical reaction in your excuse me in your body happens in an aqueous, meaning our water or a hydrophilic environment. So it's very important. So what are some things that we could do? Well, this loaded water protocol helps to make the water more interesting, more flavorful, um, more attractive, and uh, it makes us more likely to drink the amount that we need. But also, we can go even beyond the hydration picture and put a lot of function into our water. So we'll talk about that a little more as we progress. So, secret number two, let's talk about the additives. So, your body is a precision machine, and your precision machine needs precision fuel and precision additives. And these additives can really help to stabilize the system. It can help with your energy metabolism. It can help with cravings, depending on how much and which uh, supplements you use. So you'll hear a lot in the news about potassium, magnesium, um, sodium, chloride, of course, and but you'll hear about those individual electrolytes slash minerals. And one of the ways that is suggested to hydrate is using coconut water. And that is because the plants actually have a, a better electrolyte balance than plain water. And your body absorbs it and can use it and helps to restore function in your body, your nerves and your muscles. Just so many, like I said, reactions, chemical reactions, metabolic reactions in your body. Your body needs minerals. All the enzymes in your digestion need minerals. So, and some of these minerals are electrolytes. All right. What are some other things we can add to our water to help put our water to work even more to make our hydration functional? Well, we can do things that help the gut. So there's something called probiotics. They are the good gut bacteria. We talked about them last week. But in the gut microbiome. And we talked about what do the probiotics feed on? Well, they feed on something called prebiotics, which is really fiber. And so we can put different types of fiber in our water to help feed our gut bacteria, but also to help with our satiety. One of the key ingredients, if you read on, you read the ingredients, you'll see something called inulin. And I just want to, you've already probably spotted it, the closeness of that word, of the spelling of that word to insulin. And some people will pick up read a label and say, oh, I'm already on insulin, or I don't want to take insulin. Well, it's not insulin, it's inulin. And that is a dietary fiber that the gut microbiome feeds on. Another fiber you'll see a lot is chicory root. Actually, where did I first personally encountered chicory at the Café du Monde in New Orleans with, they put chicory in the coffee. So, I've known about chicory, but I didn't know that it was a dietary fiber that often we find in our supplements. I didn't know that until much later. But what happens? Your gut lining will benefit, your gut microbiome will benefit, your regularity will benefit. So there are many things we can add into our water to soup it up, ramp it up, give it more octane. Now, Dr. Mercola wrote an article just a couple days ago about hot lemon water. And so what I'm going to do is share with you this article. I'll put the link in the both articles. I'll link both articles in the description of the YouTube replay. But what do lemons do for us? Well, traditionally, lemons were used to prevent scurvy, right? And not just lemons, but citrus. So citric acid is one of the components of the lemon or the lime, right? But not only does it have citric acid, there's a little bit of extra goodness. The citric acid helps with your digestion. It helps your gastric motility. It helps your microbiome. So there are a lot of benefits in lemon, and it also has some phytonutrients, a little bit, right? Not enough for your whole antioxidant protection, but it does help. And so your cellular defense system helps the system to detox, and some anti-inflammatory flavonoids. So there's a lot of benefit, and I love this image. Don't you love the image? That antioxidant shield around the butterfly. Oh yeah. So this might be my favorite slide of the whole deck. All right. So uh, all of these things, right, help us with not only the consistency, but we have a variety of additives, and I'm going to go into them a little bit more later. But before we do that, let's go to secret number 3, because this is really important. That, oh, not a secret number 3 yet. All right. So a few things you can do. And I want to add a little caveat to this. So consuming water before meals promotes satiety. What I want to say is not before meals, but between meals, right? So when you consume the water, wait, you don't want to drink with the meal because you're diluting your stomach acid. So between meals, adding the flavors encourages the hydration, uh, and we want to avoid, of course, sugary sodas, sugary other beverages, high osmolar beverages. We talked about the juices, right? Apple juice, it sound orange juice. They sound healthy, but they can be high in high concentration, and so when you drink them, they actually pull water out of your cells and dehydrate you. So we want to avoid that, and we can help to avoid that by choosing the right additives to put into our beverages. But secret number 3, we want to avoid the pitfalls. So every high performance machine has its limits. Number 1, you want to avoid hidden sugars. So you're going to look at the labels when you are looking to add flavor or variety to your water. And you want to make sure and avoid the words that end in OSE, O-S-E, because that actually means sugar. Now okay, when I say avoid, uh, at least limits, because some of the, fruit sugar is fructose. And sometimes there's a little bit of fructose or a little bit of honey in a healthy a healthy supplement, and it just gives the taste buds a little something something. But we don't want a cloyingly sweet amount of sugar. We want it just very, very limited. We don't want to overload our kidneys. All right. So, yeah, anything that we put in our mouths has to go through or anything that is in our bloodstream has to go through the liver and the kidneys. And so we want to make sure that our systems aren't overloaded. Enamel erosion. Okay, so we were talking about lemon juice or any acidic juices. So you don't want to drink it undiluted, right? Because it can break down the enamel of your teeth. This is also important with apple cider vinegar. Another great additive, but again, we don't want to drink it straight. And here's a tip: drink it with a straw, so there's less exposure to your teeth. Some people are just uh, have reactions to different additives. So when you try a new supplement or a new additive, maybe start the first couple days with half the dose and then gradually introduce it to your body. Oh, contamination. Oh, yeah. They've done studies of lemon slices in restaurants and yeah, you wanna get your own lemons, eat your lemons at home, or drink your lemons at home, squeeze your lemons at home. All right. So what happens when you have hidden sugars? Well, just think about how sugar can clog up an engine. It can do the same thing in your body. So we want to avoid it's something that happens when sugar and protein and body heat get together. It's called the Maillard reaction. We want to avoid that. So um, nature has packaged the perfect amount and of like these fruit sugars, but also hydration and fiber in fresh fruit. So eat your fruits whole rather than or over fruit juice. Okay, so we don't want to overload our system. We don't want to overload our digestive tract. For instance, taking too much fiber on an inflamed gut can be a bad thing. If you're having gut digestive issues, we need to heal the gut first before we add full dose of fiber. So listen to your body, right? Because even drinking too much plain water can be a problem. Not many people have that because of the first issues we talked about, but listen to your body and get supplements that you trust. So, biology um, and behavior. What do we mean? Your body needs a certain amount of water and other supplements. I'll show you those in a minute, but we have to take it in. And so that is the behavioral component. We need to be consistent. All right, secret number 3. Oh, no, this is a bonus. Bonus secret. If you know, you know. Your body's a high performance machine. You need high test ingredients. So we've talked about 3 minerals. We talked about sodium, but 4. We talked about sodium, potassium, magnesium, um, calcium. You would hear, there are a few minerals that are in the news, and if you pick up any bottle of supplements that has a multivitamin or mineral, most of them will have somewhere between, I'm going to be generous, uh, 10 to 20 minerals. But your body needs 60 minerals every day. The word essential means your body needs them. When something's essential, you need it. But medically, the word essential means your body can't make them. So you have to take these minerals in to your body. You also need 16 essential vitamins, 12 essential amino acids, and 2 to 3 essential fatty acids. And 87 out of the 90 essential minerals you can get in liquid form. The essential fatty acids or in a some kind of aqueous form. The essential fatty acids, you can't mix oil and water. So you have to take those capsules, right? Or a spoonful of uh, um, you know, some people take different oils by the spoonful. I can't do it. I need the capsules. So now I wanted to share with you my 5 steps to nutritional completeness because many of the steps we can supplement, and we can supplement with things that we can add into water, which I love. So step number one, we want to avoid bad foods. That's the number one thing you can do. Stop eating or drinking things that will cause inflammation in your gut and in your body. But step number two, those 90 essential nutrients we talked about, 87 of them you can get in one simple powder, add it to your water, and or two, one or two simple powders. And I'll put one scoop in the morning in 64 ounces of water, and then I'll put one scoop in the afternoon in another 64 ounces of water. So I'm getting a gallon of water a day. Step three, maybe my favorite step, those antioxidants we saw protecting the butterfly. I love antioxidants, and it just so happens that they come in amazing flavors and they look pretty in your water. So, antioxidants, adaptogens, anti-inflammatories, many of these compounds are tremendous additives for water. Step four, we talked about a little bit of the digestive health, the prebiotics, but you can get probiotics, mixtures to add to your water, digestive enzymes that can be added to your water. So again, the so many things we can do to soup up our water and make it functional. Step five, I call it wellness wonderland because there's so many targeted supplements and strategies you can use. And so many of them can be in powder form to add to water. So, brain support, for instance. Uh, we talked about digestion support, joint support, collagen, like so many things that can be added to our water to soup it up. So, what can we do? Here are a few tips. If you're using juice or, heaven forbid, syrup, I'm not heaven forbid, okay, but syrups are really, really concentrated. So you want to dilute them aggressively. And here's a tip. If you do, on occasion, drink something that has sugar in it, let's just say you drink a soda, or even a glass of juice, like apple juice or any juice. What you want to do is right after you drink it, fill the same container with water, plain water, and then so you're chasing the concentrated juice or the soda or whatever it is. You chase it with the same amount of plain water. So you're diluting it. You're giving your body and your kidneys something to work with. Prioritize whole foods. It is so much better to eat the whole fruit than the juice that's concentrating the sugars and taking out the fiber. So you're going to help yourself the more you stick with the whole fruit. Protect your hardware. I like that one. We're going to use a straw. If we're drinking something acidic, like lemon water or your apple cider vinegar water, we want to protect our tooth enamel. And track your intake. Now, I shopped specifically for a 64-ounce container for my hydration. So I drink 2 of those a day. I've got my gallon of water in, and trust me, I feel a lot better when I'm hydrated with that gallon of water than when I am uh, walking around like a potato chip. So we want to avoid dehydration. We want to stick with, but we want to keep track. Alrighty, and keeping track helps us to hit our marks. Always keep your water with you, or have a specific routine so they're always getting the amount of water that you want to get. And we want to avoid those extra sugary additives. Now, some people will set an alarm to make sure they're drinking a certain amount, or they have these big gallon jugs that have printed on the side. You know, great job, you're almost there, and it has maybe the time of day. And I just figured if I drink 64 ounces, I'm good. All right. But consistency is key. So we want to keep driving. We want to stay hydrated. We want to keep our engines running. So what we discovered today, those secrets. Consistency, secret number 1. Secret number 2, our smart add-in. Secret number 3, avoid those hidden sugars, processed chemicals, etc. And the bonus secret, you could just start with a lemon. But that's not the whole picture. You want to get all 90 essential nutrients every day. And 87 of the 90 can come right in one scoop of supplement. So, what's one change that you will make to boost your hydration octane? Just share that with us in the comments or in the chat. All right. Well, thank you for joining me today. We do Total Transformation Secrets every Saturday at 11 a.m. Eastern. Now, today I did it. This is actually a different presentation than I did at 11 this morning. I had some technical difficulties and I couldn't overcome them. So I said, all right, I'll just do it again. So in the Canva studio today, but I'm thankful to the people that were there with me live. And if you're here now on the replay, you're seeing a whole different presentation than you saw this morning. So if you're on the replay, thank you for showing up. If you'd like to join us live, just scan this QR code and you can register for the live Zoom. Now, those of you who are here on the replay, you might know that every Saturday I upload the morning's recording onto YouTube, and we have a watch party at 9 p.m. Eastern. Now, it's going to be up there after that, right? But the first showing is at 9 p.m., and I'll be there live in the chat. So, this is DrLisa sharing the secrets. I love you all. Mwah.